Wilbon, we begin with an announcement from the NHL that they intend to play the playoffs. Gary Bettman went out there today. He said he hopes to start playing the playoffs. I mean, it's a complicated system. Phase 1, 2, 3, and 4 demands medical clearance, and he made sure to say that he got cooperation from the players. But there will be ultimately 2 sites that sound like bubble sites, 2 different cities. It is being reported that 3 that are under consideration are in Canada, 7 under consideration are in the United States. There will be a formal training camp sometime in June. No specified date when they start, but Bettman said they would go through the early fall. It is, as we had heard before, 24 teams are involved, 24 out of 31. The top 4 in each conference will play a round robin to determine seedings after their byes are done. The bottom 8 in each conference will play best 3 out of 5, and as we thought yesterday, may have an advantage being sharper for the second round. All things considered, do you think this will make for a more exciting playoff?
All things considered, I think it will make for something that's confusing as hell. No, not particularly. The NHL playoffs, which you know I love the Stanley Cup playoffs. I love them. I have all my life. I love them particularly when my team, the Blackhawks, are in the thick of it. But, Tony, it's exciting as it is. I mean, I don't like this just trumped up sort of playoff format, which I don't even know who's going to be playing. And by the way, I was a little surprised, though, I mean, this is not confusing, that the big cities he was mentioning as potential sites, one in the East, one in the West, Chicago, Toronto, and Vancouver, surprises cities that large were in the running here. That differs greatly from the NBA model, which, of course, it looks like Disney World in Orlando. But going back to the format and whether it's exciting, the games are exciting. That's what's exciting. And, you know, you're not going to have an arena where it's arguably the most exciting thing you've ever seen. You can't have that. It's not the league's fault. But, man, this other stuff, Tony, you just said something. I heard Bettman say it, and I couldn't regurgitate it. I'm taking notes here. I'm like you. I got a legal pad full of notes. I have no idea what the hell he just said.
So the 24 teams, I thought was too many. I thought you would have 16. But always keep in mind, there is a fervor for sports right now. And so I guess I'm okay if you expand it a little bit. There are not going to be fans there. You're not going to be defending your home ice on any level. So maybe the more teams that get in, maybe that is more exciting. I worry that the teams that get a bye are not going to be as sharp in the first couple of games in their series. But if they're better teams, I can sort of live with that. Do I think it's going to be more exciting? The NHL playoffs, what makes them so exciting is the possibility of upsets. So indeed, if you have 24 teams instead of 16, there is mathematically a greater chance for a bunch of upsets. I was impressed by this with Gary Bettman. He always came back to the medical facts. He always said, we can't do this until we're cleared to do this. It's going to be a bubble situation, just like the NBA. Obviously, the players had to cooperate. Obviously, the players here want to play. And he also mentioned that fans had sort of demanded that they have resolution to the season. I think about the NHL as I think about the NBA, Mike, that resolution to the season is very important. More important to me than starting baseball or starting football is finishing what was already started.
I agree with you with that, Tony. I'm just saying it's so confusing. How about this? I'm going to call you every evening just before the puck is dropped. I'm going to say, Tony, tell me who is playing whom and why, and I know you'll be on top of it.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.